You write about, and the reason I ask about this is because I would like you've covered Donald Trump a long time, to talk a little bit about his mental state. You write about the fact that Mike Pompeo, Steve Mnuchin, Betsy DeVos, all far right-wing Republicans, at some point discussed the 25th Amendment regarding Trump, that Mitch McConnell spearheaded a move to ban Trump from the inauguration, that he threatened to run as an independent third-party candidate and had to be threatened by Ronna Romney McDaniel, the RNC, not to do it. But the 25th Amendment piece stands out to me. As your reporting would suggest, is Donald Trump fully there mentally?
Well, I can't really make that judgment, but what I can tell you is the people that have raised questions about whether or not he is fully there mentally have been the people closest to him. The people that have raised the alarms about what it would be if he came back are the people who are closest to him. And yes, in those hours after the January 6th attack, as they watched what he did and what he didn't do while the United States Capitol was under assault by his own supporters, it was the people that were closest to him that were talking about whether or not they needed to remove him from office because he was mentally unstable, mentally unable to carry out the duties of the president. And that is Pompeo and Mnuchin. They had both denied it. There is sworn testimony acknowledging that those conversations did happen. They didn't go very far. They didn't have time to go very far. Frankly, as you started to have people resign from the cabinet, there were fewer people in the cabinet that would have voted for it. But they were talking about it. And it's not just those 25th Amendment conversations. I mean, you read that statement from an anonymous staffer. I think it's a very important statement. This was something that was given to me by the person who wrote it. And he wrote it right after all the details came out about the classified documents. This is a very senior official who spent day in and day out with Donald Trump for over a year in the West Wing. I can't get any further details to who it was, but there was a lot of attention about anonymous, and we later learned was Miles Taylor, worked at the Department of Homeland Security. I will tell you, this is somebody who was more senior and spent a lot more time around Donald Trump, who said those words about him because he saw firsthand how he had operated and was conveying this to me. Didn't want to go public, worried about the retribution that we just talked about. This is not somebody who's been out there publicly taking on the president, worried about retribution against their family, but deeply concerned about what a second Trump White House would look like.
Jon